Insects, like honeybees, sometimes twitch their antennae during sleep, a behavior that might resemble dreaming. Though unconfirmed, the idea of dreaming insects is oddly delightful. The world's smallest post office, located in California, USA, measures just 10 square meters. Despite its size, it's fully functional and even a tourist attraction. Pencil cores aren't made of lead, but of graphite and clay. The name pencil lead persists from a time when lead-based writing tools were common, though no lead is used today. Penguins don't fly, but they're exceptional swimmers, reaching speeds of up to 9 mechs. Underwater, they move with the grace of birds gliding through the air. The origins of ice cream can be traced to ancient China, where snow was mixed with fruit and honey. This early treat eventually inspired modern frozen desserts. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to the gills, while the 3rd circulates it through the body. Curiously, the 3rd heart stops when they swim. The microwave oven was invented accidentally when an engineer noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket melting during radar experiments. This discovery led to a kitchen revolution. Dragon fruit, also known as pitaya, is native to Central America. Its vibrant exterior belies a surprisingly mild, refreshing flavor. In space, astronauts grow slightly taller because their spines elongate in the absence of gravity. They return to their normal height once back on Earth. Flamingos stand on one leg to conserve energy. This posture minimizes muscle activity, making it an elegant yet practical way for them to rest. Alaskan wood frogs can survive being frozen solid during winter. Their bodies produce glucose, which acts as antifreeze to protect their cells. Bananas are technically classified as berries, while strawberries are not. Botanically, a berry comes from a single flower ovary, which bananas meet, but strawberries do not. Wombat droppings are Q-shaped. This helps them stay in place, marking their territory without rolling away, an unusual but effective strategy. Cows have best friends and become stressed when separated from them. Studies show they're calmer and even produce more milk when near their preferred companions. There's a jellyfish species, Turritopsis dohrnii, that's considered biologically immortal. When threatened, it reverts to its juvenile stage and starts its life cycle over. Goldfish can recognize their owners and have a memory span much longer than the mythic 3 seconds. They can even be trained to perform simple tricks. The Eiffel Tower grows taller in summer due to thermal expansion. When exposed to heat, the metal structure can expand by up to 6 inches. Sharks are older than trees. They've been roaming the oceans for over 400 million years, whereas trees appeared around 350 million years ago. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are still perfectly edible after thousands of years. Pigeons can recognize themselves in mirrors, an ability linked to self-awareness. Only a few animals, such as elephants and dolphins, share this skill. The dot over the lowercase letters, he and J, is called a tittle. It serves no special purpose beyond making the letters easier to distinguish. Otters hold hands while sleeping to keep from drifting apart. Groups of otters floating together, called grafts, often include dozens of individuals. A group of flamingos is called flamboyants. The term perfectly captures their vibrant pink color and elegant postures. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. They can slow their heart rate and stay underwater for up to 40 minutes. Elephants are the only animals that can't jump. Their large bodies and unique bone structure make jumping impossible, but they don't seem to mind. Koalas have fingerprints that are almost indistinguishable from human fingerprints, so much so that they've confused crime scene investigations in Australia. Octopus tentacles have a mind of their own. Each arm has its own independent nervous system, allowing it to react and move without input from the brain. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. The planet rotates so slowly that one full day lasts 243 Earth days, while it takes 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. Cats can't taste sweetness. They lack the taste receptors for sugary flavors, making desserts completely unappealing to them. The inventor of the Frisbee, Fred Morrison, had his ashes molded into a Frisbee after his death. His family thought it was the perfect way to honor his playful legacy. Cows have 360-degree panoramic vision due to the placement of their eyes, helping them spot predators from nearly any angle. The longest hiccuping spree lasted 68 years. Charles Osborne started hiccuping in 1922 and didn't stop until 1990, though the cause was never fully understood. Sea otters have a pocket of skin under their arms, where they store their favorite rocks, often using them to crack open shellfish. The largest snowflake ever recorded was 15 inches wide and 8 inches thick, found in Montana in 1887. Imagine catching that on your tongue. Some frogs can freeze solid in winter, and thaw in spring without harm. Their bodies produce a type of antifreeze to protect their vital organs. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth. Scientists estimate there are about 1,000 stars for every grain of sand. A shrimp's heart is located in its head. Its internal anatomy is uniquely compact, with many vital organs near its brain. Peanuts aren't nuts. They're legumes, part of the same family as beans and lentils, growing underground instead of on trees. The M's in M&M's stand for Mars and Murray, the surnames of the candy's creators. The partnership led to one of the most popular candies worldwide. A giraffe's tongue is so long that it can lick its own ears. Measuring about 45 cm, it's also dark-colored, which helps prevent sunburn. Butterflies can taste with their feet. Their taste sensors are located on their feet, allowing them to taste plants by landing on them. A bolt of lightning is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. While the sun is about 500 degrees C, lightning can reach up to 30,000 C. The longest living goldfish on record lived to be 43 years old. Named Tish, it was kept in a simple fishbowl and outlived many of its owners' other pets. There are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones. Plastic lawn flamingos far outnumber the actual birds in the wild. Bubble wrap was initially invented as wallpaper. The inventors hoped the textured plastic would be popular for decorating walls, but it found a better use as packaging. Ducks have waterproof feathers. A special gland near their tails produces oil that they spread over their feathers, keeping them dry even while swimming. a group of crows is called a murder. The name has mysterious origins, but it adds an eerie flair to this intelligent bird. A newborn kangaroo is about the size of a jelly bean. After birth, it crawls into its mother's pouch to continue growing and developing. Mosquitoes are attracted to people with type O blood more than any other blood type. They also prefer warm skin and the carbon dioxide we exhale. Apples float in water because they're 25% air. Their buoyancy makes them perfect for the traditional game of apple bobbing. Snails can sleep for up to 3 years. During extreme weather conditions, they enter a state of hibernation to conserve energy and survive. Slugs have 4 noses. These sensory organs help them detect food, navigate their surroundings, and sense danger. Polar bears have black skin under their white fur, which helps them absorb heat from the sun to stay warm in icy climates. Starfish don't have brains. Instead, their nervous system is decentralized, allowing them to move and react without a central command center. The average cloud weighs about 1.1 million pounds, yet it floats effortlessly in the sky due to the dispersion of water droplets. The Guinness World Record for the longest uninterrupted yawn is 6 minutes. While impressive, it probably left the person very tired. An octopus can squeeze through any opening as long as it's bigger than its beak. Since they lack bones, their bodies are incredibly flexible. Bees can recognize human faces. They use a pattern recognition system similar to humans, which helps them remember individual flowers and people. Some sea cucumbers can expel their internal organs to scare predators. The organs grow back later, making it a unique defense mechanism. A day on Mercury lasts longer than its year. It takes 59 Earth days to rotate once, but only 88 days to complete an orbit around the Sun. Strawberries are the only fruit with seeds on the outside. Each berry has about 200 seeds, making them a unique exception among fruits. Woodpeckers have shock, absorbing skulls. Their brains are cushioned to prevent damage as they peck at speeds of up to 20 hits per second. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. They shut down one hemisphere of their brain at a time, staying partially alert to avoid predators. The hashtag symbol AR was originally called an octothorpe. Telephone engineers coined the term, though its exact meaning is unclear. Humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas. While vastly different, this shared genetic code highlights the interconnectedness of life. Jelly beans were inspired by Turkish delight. Their chewy texture and sugary coating mimic the traditional Middle Eastern treat. A giraffe's heart weighs about 11 kilograms and pumps blood up its long neck with enough force to overcome gravity. The oldest, your mom, joke dates back to 1500 BC. It was written on an ancient Babylonian tablet and is considered one of the earliest examples of humor. Water can boil and freeze at the same time. This phenomenon, known as the triple point, occurs under specific temperature and pressure conditions. Crows can hold grudges. They remember individual humans who've wronged them and may even pass this knowledge to other crows. The plastic tips on shoelaces are called hoglets. Their purpose is to make lacing up shoes easier and prevent fraying. A cockroach can live for weeks without its head. It eventually dies not from decapitation, but from a lack of food and water. Butterflies can't fly if they're too cold. They need to warm their flight muscles by basking in the sun to reach about 30 cc before taking off. The first oranges weren't orange. They were green, originating in Southeast Asia. Even today, oranges grown in warmer climates can stay green when ripe. Tomatoes were once called love apples. In Europe, they were thought to have aphrodisiac properties, adding to their allure. Baby elephants suck their trunks for comfort, much like human babies suck their thumbs. It's a soothing behavior they eventually outgrow. The word alphabet comes from the first two letters of the Greek alphabet, alpha and beta. Seahorses are monogamous and mate for life. The males also carry and birth the offspring, a rare trait in the animal kingdom. Lemons float, but limes sink. The difference in density between the two fruits is the reason for this surprising phenomenon. A shrimp's blood is colorless until it's exposed to oxygen, turning blue due to the copper-based hemocyanin it contains. Owls can't move their eyes. Their eyes are fixed in their sockets, so they turn their heads up to 270 degrees to look around. Koalas sleep up to 22 hours a day. Their low-energy diet of eucalyptus leaves requires them to conserve as much energy as possible. The fingerprints of a koala are so similar to humans that they've confused crime scene investigations. Rats laugh when tickled. They emit high, pitched sounds of joy that are inaudible to humans, but detectable with special equipment. Hot water freezes faster than cold water, known as the Mpemba effect. The reasons for this counterintuitive phenomenon are still debated by scientists. The Great Wall of China is not visible from space with the naked eye, despite the popular myth. However, it can be seen using telescopes. Jellyfish don't have brains, hearts, or bones. Their bodies are made up of 95% water, relying on a simple nerve net for movement and sensation. The unicorn is Scotland's national animal. This mythical creature represents purity and strength, fitting perfectly with Scottish folklore. Pufferfish contain enough toxin to kill 30 humans. Yet some species are considered a delicacy. Only highly trained chefs can safely prepare them. In Japan, there's a train station with no entrance or exit. It exists solely to provide passengers with a view of the surrounding nature. Lightning strikes the Earth about 100 times every second. That's roughly 8 million strikes a day worldwide. An adult human has fewer bones than a baby. Babies are born with around 270 bones, many of which fuse together as they grow, leaving adults with 206. Frogs use their eyes to help them swallow food. When eating, they retract their eyes, pressing them down to push food toward their stomach. Camels have 3 sets of eyelids and 2 rows of eyelashes to protect their eyes from sand. They're perfectly adapted for desert life. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. While they aren't built for long distance flying, they can manage short bursts. Peacocks don't actually have colorful feathers. Their iridescence is caused by microscopic structures that reflect light, creating a dazzling display. The name for the infinity symbol, U, is lemniscate. It comes from the Latin word for ribbon, reflecting its elegant, looping shape. A blue whale's heart weighs as much as a small car and can be heard beating from over 2 miles away underwater. Crocodiles can't stick out their tongues. Their tongues are attached to the roof of their mouths, helping them keep their jaws watertight. The shortest war in history lasted 38 minutes. It occurred in 1896 between Britain and the Sultanate of Zanzibar.